Super Smash Bros. Was a mistake. In all seriousness, the Smash Bros. Community or fandom has always held a reputation within the fighting games community as a joke or a tolerated meme. For those of you who may be out of the loop, let me have YouTuber Dr. Upali explain.
If we break it down to its literal definition, a fighting game is basically a game where the primary objective is to fight. Well, that's it. Smash is a fighting game. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Yes, Smash is a fighting game by definition. I don't think anyone can really deny that. I think the real problem lies in the fact that Smash isn't a traditional fighting game and doesn't belong to the same conversations or tournaments as Street Fighter and Tekken. It's no secret. Smash was originally designed to be a party game. To make it competitive, you have to disable 90% of the settings and adjust it to a specific stock count and timer just to get a little taste of competitive gameplay. And then you have to pick like these 5 or 6 specific competitive stages because the rest of them are illegal for one reason or another. But once all these requirements are met, Smash is a competitive fighter.
Understanding this going forward will help to walk you through the amount of insane or idiotic behavior exhibited by the community over the years. Events that the community would prefer not to be talked about or have a light shined on in the way that I intend to do so today. This is a no-brainer. Recently at EVO 2018 Grand Finals, 2 players decided to troll and delay the biggest held tournament due to the audience most literally spurking out over character choices made by the 2 players, which was Bayonetta versus Bayonetta.
You see, the problem right there was Lieber was still holding over while Zach was chasing him down.
Oh, yeah.
He never let go of the control stick.
Definitely didn't let it go. Here we are, the reset.
Lost control of that set, man. He was up 2-0, and Captain Zach with the backdoor 3-0 to send us in the grand final set number 2. We ain't done yet, baby. Hold that get, and get to the click clack. Let's do it.
Bro, what is going on? What is this?
I don't know. I was stalling for time.
All right, man. Well, now I really understand why this is the last Evo. Last Evo was Matt and Maury. I mean, now you really get it. Hey, but I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the commentary.
Oh, yeah,
I'm having some fun out here,
baby. That's all it's about for us. I don't know what's going on. All right.
Someone's going to run on stage, man. There's definitely about to be another Evo moment. Look at Cody. It's like, hey, y'all good? Oh, they're actually doing an interview. Is this real? I can't tell if this I feel like this is actual match. We're doing an interview right now.
I'm not really sure what's going on right here.
Mr. Wizard is already thinking about how he's going to keep us away from Evo for the rest of his time.
The crowd's still trying to figure it out, man. This crowd's as loud as Rod's shirt. They don't know what's going on, man.
That is a pretty loud shirt. I mean, that's just a loud outfit, man. Look at his jeans. Look at his jeans. Hold up. Look at it.
He's doing his best.
Look at that. By the way, I want you to know those are not cups. He just bought them like that, okay?
My man.
He doesn't get Lima's.
All right, man. I'm about to come up on stage myself and just hit one of their controllers, man. This is not what I was expecting at all.
The amount of salt created by this sparked some statements that this moment was what the Smash community needed to realize how quote-unquote toxic or quote-unquote bad it has become. I would like to make the argument that this is not the case. In fact, the time for change was years prior to this. Cheating and misconduct is something that seems to go hand in hand within the community.
Let's go, Tyler. Shoutouts to Linka.
And the Lint God.
From modifying consoles to destroy people with the lowest tier characters, to cheating in online tournaments by using lag switches, to pro players quitting out of tournaments for having modified controllers that allow them to break or exploit game mechanics.
Good on you.
All right, now let's get to something that I can be fucking mad about that matters.
So here's the problem with this story, though.
Yeah?
As hilarious and as mad as...
Don't you...
Let him finish. Let him finish.
I can tell by his fucking face.
Let him finish.
I can tell by his fucking face
wanna see where this
that he's
goes.
gonna be like, but there's like a good reason though. So let's fucking hear it. Let's fucking hear it.
You take it. You take
Okay.
it. Take it away.
So this fucking little piss baby, it goes to his Smash tournament, and his little baby controller doesn't work the way that he wants it because it has to be broken in a special way that only 1 out of 50 controllers can be broken in. And he's like, no, my piss baby controller doesn't work for my piss baby game. I'm going to go piss all over myself. I'm quitting this tournament. Did I miss anything?
No, I think
It's for Melee.
I think you summed it up.
It's for Melee.
You missed how much Melee sucks and how much you hate it.
It fucking sucks, and
How
I
much
hate it.
you
And this,
think it's the
when I
worst.
saw this,
And how much
when I
you-
saw this, I fucking got so mad. I got so fucking mad.
Why was little Kim so salty about her controller?
And you forgot about how much you wish that the game will never be ported to anything.
Oh fuck yeah!
Because
yeah.
it's impossible for technology to
So-
continue.
But yeah, you'll never be.
So I'd like to hear the defense on how fucking busted controllers.
You know what, Wooly? I also really want to hear this.
Yeah, I want to hear the defense on how Piss Baby can't play with his fucking busted shit. Like, oh no.
Because when you say
Not a fucking
when
coward.
you say here's the thing, then this means that there's some precedent.
There's some techniques that you can't perform unless your controller is busted in a really specific way. Now, granted, in any other competition or anything for any game, that would be known as cheating, but fuck it, it's Melee, right?
So,
These alone would just be the tip of the iceberg, as many video clips would be released almost on a monthly basis depicting the general conduct of players within the Smash community, causing others to ask the question, is Smash autistic?
Here's a theory. The Super Smash Bros. Franchise is about living with autism.
Speaking of autism, let's just take a look at that statement alone. What would make people believe that the Smash Brothers games was made for autistic people? Could it be the amount of statements made by players on social media? Like Mewtwo King, the pro player, believing he is fucking Naruto. The real Jason / M2K. Learn about Jason, the real me. I love video games. My AIM screen name as a kid was Oh Video Game Go Do. And in my 2nd grade notebook in school, I wrote for what I wanted to be when I grow up. I want to be the best at Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Nintendo 64. Mewtwo King was nothing more than a quick name I made to post on game FAQs and Smashboards in 2002-2003, with all of the data collected on various games that I wanted to share to the world. I didn't realize how genius / different I was in video game understanding aspects until later on, or just general intelligence and problem solving. But I also am a very weak in any social related aspects too. I just had goals that I wanted to reach. Example 1, goal to create a specific type of stat list to perfection. Example 2, become the best at blank, a game or something, etc. Self-motivation. And when I have a goal that I am passionate about, I either succeed or I reach the 99th percentile success relative to others that attempt the same thing. Or how they believe their real world is actually a story driven by their favorite Nintendo franchise. From Infinity 905. In my school, I am enrolled in many AP classes. While being a bright child in nearly every subject, I juggle school, extracurricular chores, exercise, and sleep, and smash to the point where I'm off the charts in everything. With my hard work and talent, you'll see what I can do. I have no doubt that I am the main character of this story. At MistakesZZZ thinks he is, but I doubt it. He's far from what a protagonist truly is, and is more of the protagonist's rival. Bayonetta mains are villains, and he is a Sasuke, while I'm a Cloud main resembling Naruto the hero. Know your place. You will never be as good as I will be. I can be top 30 in the world by learning this game by myself, but I need help and practice of all you henchmen. You guys are special in your own ways, and for me to be the best, I need you guys to support me. What about rap battle promos before tournaments?
Make this pussy stop talking. You're not one of the gods, you're one of the god awful. We all got kin. When looking at your fox, bitch, stick to smash 4 and losing by 4 stocks. Not a fan of your style, you ain't standing your ground. You get wins while kicking a man when he's down. Like, I beat Mango, I'm the favorite if he chokes. As far as Armada goes, I'll just wait till he's a host. Ain't no telling how foolish you'll be looking. Evidence.zip can't contain the ass whooping. Right when we realize the money match is over, that'll be a cue to throw your controller.
I think this guy talks a lot, and it's about time for him to learn some respect.
Levin, what do you have to say to Chillin' before we start?
I'm sorry. All right, let's just play. I can bother this fraud, and let's move on, all right?
Man, Levin is definitely hooked on phonics. He has the reads. He might be able to make it out on top, but Chillin' has to do just a good job of mixing up a lot of his approaches, his combos, everything. Because this is Levin.
That was a phenomenal punish.
He didn't want the edge guard.
He didn't want the edge guard. He didn't want the lace.
Evidence.zip. Evidence.
This is looking more like a body bag. Zip right now. Zip him up.
Destruction of JV3.
Zip him up.
Levin is laughing. He's like, is this man really trying to fight me right now? This man isn't even part of Team Curse. That person needs to update that sign right there.
How about the many archives of 4chan posts of Smash players asking for advice on how to have sex, going as far as to make Excel sheets on what they consider combo attacks they would shout out during each thrust and position. Pump standard detect, very fast. I'm getting pumped, I would like to pump you. Down smash hammers, a very powerful move. Up smash diving helmet, another strong move. Side smash match, this is a strong move. I'm going to strike you down. Maybe he can use that match to light some scented candles for later. Side tilt chair, he should use that for sitting. I think you better sit this one out. Only one chair, ... Maybe you could sit on my face. Down tilt manhole. Manholes are usually on public roads. I prefer a woman hole. Oh, god damn it. Aerial fish. Really well animated. Go fish. I know a fish called Ariel, the Little Mermaid. Almost as pretty as you. What? My favorite move so far is the bucket catch. Watch out for my oil attack. Have my oil. I hope I don't bucket up. I hope your bucket has a bigger capacity, because I can go 10 times. This is... what the fuck? Maybe it's the amount of hyper-focused they are to explain how low IQ you are for saying Smash is not a fighting game. Maybe that the community refers to top players as quote-unquote gods that some people actually worship in that fashion. I'm not making this up. Personally, I think it's the hygiene issues that seem to be so fucking bad that many venues demand to see proof of your ass being washed before you can even step into the venue. But if all this wasn't enough to suggest that there may be a giant portion of people in the Smash community that have autism or on the spectrum, let's just look at the Salt compilation videos.
Multi-screen and raising you do that? Oh, he's just been... Oh my goodness!
and autism seem to sustain this community, but that would not be the high points of its inception. Things such as owners of major Smash tournaments being outed as supposed pedophile rapists who smuggle Asian boys in the back of U-Hauls to fill his tournament up. Too long didn't read. Alex Strife's transportation for international players from Japan and Europe at Apex 2010 involved having them ride in the back of a U-Haul van while there were TVs in the back with them piled up, all while driving on highways. Alex has been known to rely on using modified Wiis with burned copies of Smash games to have more setups. Strife said that YaoChamanCon was nothing more than a chance for him to build connections and network while he was being hired as the main TO, and he pawned his work off onto someone who has never been TO'd before in exchange for Apex trailers to be made. Strife has quit Apex multiple times internally, each time dumping the work on myself and Christmas unexpectedly. Two of the times that prompted him to quit was being upset that EVO 2013 hit the Melee tournament record that he felt he deserved instead of them, and calling Tantalus a loser and saying no wonder why his wife left him, publicly in a stream chat. Lied to Zero, saying that Apex 2014 would be cancelled if he didn't get 350 Brawl attendees, and that Nintendo would sponsor the event if he got 350 to 400 attendees, all to guilt trip Zero into helping him promote the event even further. Said that Zero is essentially scared to leave his country because the world is big and scary, someone who has supported his event and traveled to internationally every year since 2010. Promised me mainstream of Apex 2015, signed a contract with me guaranteeing the position, then consulted lawyers over the contract and threatened to take me to court over it when he took the position away. He continued to harass and bully me online for months and berated me in person both before and after I was dropped as 2015 mainstream, causing a lot of depression and anxiety issues to the point where I was afraid to talk to him. Privately messaged and harassed my girlfriend and used her personal life to deter me from coming forward with these things. He has cheated on his girlfriend for many years. Christmas. The user continues by stating, I have a fun story of something that happened before Apex 2013. If you like stories involving the Japanese player, of which there are many, then please read on. It was less than a month before the event, and Alex Strife was scrambling to find Japanese players housing in order to avoid a repeat of last year's horrible treatment of the Japanese players. His solution was to send me a message on the Smash boards asking if I could accommodate about 13 Japanese players in my housing. This was long after my housing signups had already closed, and I was booked with almost 30 people already. I had rented 3 apartment rooms reserved for Apex housing at the time. After learning the situation with the Japanese players, I managed to rent out a 4th apartment room and let Strife know that I could take the players. That's when he decided to tell me that the players have no money and would not be able to pay me anything. So yeah, he expected me to rent a room and a house and transport 13 players who don't speak English without any compensation for the expenses required to do so. I had to argue with Strife before we settled on him paying me a small amount of money on behalf of the Japanese players to help cover the apartment room and other housing expenses. The settled amount was less than half of my normal charge. This was a problem because I was renting the rooms at a price that I would normally break even given I filled the room a normal housing price, with a small safety cushion for gas and food. So yeah, Strife's poor planning and communication was about to leave a huge hole in my pocket. I highly recommend everyone reading this Reddit thread, as it highlights a lot of problems within this tournament involving Alex Strife's incompetence and possible rape or pedophile allegations that were thrown his way. Archive link below. That's another thing. Sexual assault, sexual harassment, sexual anything is usually prevalent and some reason thrown around all the time within this community. Hell, even ESPN covered a player receiving a 1-year ban for sexual harassment, only leading to venues openly inviting the player back, causing massive spurgouts and threats of mass violence if the player was present. This type of violent behavior is not uncommon though. There has been reports of hit-and-run attempts by other players to kill their rivals. Hell, one pro player had choked out another pro player, only to come back a year later, high on meth, with a fucking katana, and start attacking people who crossed his path. I can't even make this up if I wanted to.
Cairo Seijiro wasn't looking for trouble on the light rail that night, but trouble certainly found him. And when that fight broke out, he was ready for it with his trusty katana.
I actually carry this because I've become a little bit more dangerous than without it than with it. So it's more of a restraint mechanism than a safety blanket.
The fight had been going on for about 20 minutes. It was 2-on-1. None of them saw Cairo Seijiro move around behind them.
To them, they probably thought I was just moving out of the way, but I was actually setting up to where their blind spot was. If he had gone on me, I was planning to go in completely, drop the sword down, and then completely cut him, completely gave him open. The sad truth is that they weren't even a challenge. I already had a full 5-stage plan ready to take everyone out. And anybody else who got involved, just in case. That's just the way I do things. This is about what you saw on the train. It's folded, tempered, and it does its job. My family couldn't handle me. I had a surprisingly strange affinity for sharp objects, particularly kitchen knives, when I was a kid.
During Northeast Championship 13, a qualifying tournament for Apex 2013, Inoue frequently heckled other players during their matches. After reportedly using a racial slur against Ryan Ford in some of his heckling, Ryan Ford twice placed Inoue in a chokehold in response. Ryan Ford was later permanently banned from Apex Tournament Series in response, with Inoue's punishment being unknown. After relocating to Wisconsin in 2016, Inoue got himself in controversy with the Smash scene with his posts on social media, as well as his general behavior at tournaments. He was later banned from tournaments in Wisconsin in the later part of summer 2016, and began to commute to neighboring states, Minnesota and Iowa, for tournaments. After this, it was later reported Inoue had been arrested for selling narcotics and being in possession of methamphetamine, a controlled substance in the United States, something he was infamous for bragging about at Wisconsin tournaments. On May 26, 2017, Inoue was arrested again on charges of aggravated battery and disorderly conduct. Reportedly, Inoue had slashed the thigh of a man with a samurai sword. Yes, the Smash 4 community made fedora tipping, katana wielding a reality that I would never have guessed. Whether you believe the Smash community is just another extension of fighting game culture, or it's a cesspool of degenerates that Nintendo somehow cultivated by the creation of the game Smash, it does not change the fact that Super Smash Bros. Fandom has some very exceptional things happening almost regularly. I can only expect it to grow with the announcement of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, though the good news seems to be that some members of the community are now making attempts at steering it into the right direction and fixing the reputation, which I personally would enjoy seeing, as I'm a very active participant of the FGC myself. Hey guys, thanks for watching my videos and supporting my channel. I have been on a bit of a hiatus lately as I've become pretty busy over the months and life kind of catches up to you quick. I hope to rectify that at some point with more content as I can. I appreciate everyone who has stuck around and continued to support my channel after everything that has happened, and thanks again. As always, I am the Exceptional Detective, and see you on the next case.